everybody, coming at you from Choice Hotels HQ. I'm Laura, this is Anthony.
Hi guys.
We wanted to do a quick wrap up of regional meetings now that it's all done and dusted. So just a reminder to click through the link in your EDM and check out on My Choice all the presentations and the wrap up from regionals. We did want to thank everybody for attending regionals, and we want to thank all the host properties for their hospitality. But we did want to go through a couple of high-level things that was to come out of regionals. Anthony, do you want to kick off?
Yeah, we just wanted to draw your attention to a few of the key takeaways from the regional meeting. So Trent and I kicked off the morning with a lot of statistics and plans for the future, but the key sort of takeaway from that morning session was around direct business. Our goal in 2018 and beyond is to drive more direct business to our hotels. So halfway through the year, we're up 18% on same time last year in direct channel business. So that's really pleasing and bodes well for the rest of the year. The other thing we talked about was regional conferences. This is a new initiative. So we've got 3 regional conferences slated for Q1 2019. The dates and locations of those are in this regional wrap-up as well as the presentation. What we'd ask you to do now is diarise for those meetings. There'll be more information on the format and the awards process moving forward in the next month or so.
Great. And Anthony, just really quickly, I wanted to touch on CP.
Yeah, go for it.
So there is a new incentive, and that new incentive, in short, is a reduction in your service fees if you meet your CP sign-up target.
Yeah, very straightforward. And again, the devil's in the detail with that one. It's outlined in the presentation, but ultimately, if you have questions about how the incentive works, you can ask your FSM, or of course, go directly to you, Laura.
Yes, please.
There you go. So, Laura, as part of the regionals that we travel around for every year, we approach our franchisees in lead up to those, asking about any initiatives or ideas they have around how the co-op funds should ultimately be spent. We did that this year, and the Western Australian guys came through with a suggestion which was primarily in the social media sphere, and we've assured them that that initiative will go forward for their particular state. Unfortunately, from the other regions, we didn't receive any suggestions or proposals as to how those co-op funds should be spent. So you went away, you did some research, and you came up with a concept that we've presented at the regional meetings and has been supported by all of the regions. Can you share a bit about that with us now?
I can. So the initiative that we're moving forward with is to plant the seed in millennials' minds about choice hotels. And the way we plan to do that is by partnering with the home of pop culture and millennials, Pedestrian TV.
Millennials. Why millennials, Laura?
So research shows that millennials are planning to take a short break in the next 12 months, 65% of them above and beyond any other demographic that's out there.
So it's a fruitful market, I guess. One of the bits of feedback or commentary that was shared around this concept from a few of the franchisees was, look, we don't really feel like our property, in terms of what millennials are after, is geared towards that demographic. What would your response to that be?
Again, it's all back to the research, and research suggests that millennials travel for the experience. And we know with our breadth of hotels across Australia and New Zealand that we have many amazing, wonderful experiences that can take place around all of our hotels.
Okay, cool. I guess with anything that we do, metrics become important. So in terms of success, what are the measures by which we're going to evaluate the success of this campaign?
Yes, so there are 3 key pillars to this campaign. App downloads, increase in social followings across choice channels and all of our property social channels, and then increase in room nights. Always the key driver for anything we do here at Choice.
Okay. And throughout the campaign, from when it begins, there'll be an opportunity for properties, and ultimately we want them to be involved with, from a social point of view, and sharing content.
Correct. So we'll be kicking off next month, and we will come out to you on all the ways that you can get involved and everything that will be taking part in this campaign, and on how to get involved, essentially. So just really quickly, the Pedestrian TV market is 18 to 35-year-olds, and there'll be tips and tricks on how to talk to these guys.
Okay, and from memory, you're an older millennial, is that right?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, well,
and you are?
I am not, and I have a hard time relating to those folks as it is. So I too am going to learn something, but most importantly, for our hotels benefit for some increase in room nights. So thank you for that. Second day of the regional meetings was all about training. And we changed the format of the training this year. Basically, we kicked off the mornings with more open networking sessions. We went out to franchisees and said, look, these are some open sessions we're looking at running, but we want topics to be discussed that you're interested in. Maybe to discover what's best practice, share your war stories, how you've dealt with difficult situations. So we did that, we've collated the feedback, and overwhelmingly positive is how I'd characterise the feedback that we received. So in terms of the outcomes of best practice and learnings from those sessions, they're part of this wrap-up that we're sharing with you today. But we also feel that this is a blueprint for what we do in the training space moving forward, as well as future meetings and other events. So expect that our Q1 2019 regional conferences will have a large component geared towards these open networking sessions. So just another reason to come along, another reason to diarise those meetings for the new year. I think that's it.
Yes. A reminder, check out everything on My Choice. Thanks for your time, guys.
Thank you. See ya.